guys. Look, the weather is breaking. All the snow's gone. So I figured I'd come outside and take a walk. Do a walk and talk today. It's been a few days since I posted a video, but I got something coming for you guys. I wanted to just talk a little bit about what happened to me after I had to take a round of antibiotics. So I did a video about having to take it. I talked about how my eyes swelled up, and my daughter, who's a PA, prescribed me an antibiotic, and how that antibiotic actually ravaged my gut. It actually reminded me of when I first started carnivore. And if you guys have heard my story, you know that when I first started carnivore, I actually had 30 days of diarrhea while my gut biome transitioned over. And so similar to that, my stomach was just tore up after taking that antibiotic. I didn't have to get all the way through the antibiotic. I just took a couple of days worth of it, and it really messed my stomach up. So I've been trying to figure out what I could do to alleviate that. I was talking to some of my friends in my Marco Polo group, and we were talking about the fact that fermented foods and yogurt, prebiotic or probiotics, are really good for repopulating your gut microbiome with good bacteria after taking an antibiotic. So I was looking around in my local grocery stores for a good probiotic. So I found some kefir, which had in it the L. reuteri bacteria. And so I picked that up. I started taking that last week. I took it for about 4 days, but my friend Tara, she sent me the strains to make the L. reuteri yogurt. So I got that a few days ago, and I'll be posting a video of how I made that. But I did make the L. reuteri yogurt, and I started yesterday with that, like a half a cup of L. reuteri yogurt. This is my first time ever making yogurt, but I can say that between the kefir and the yogurt that I started yesterday, things are starting to get a little bit better. I think I've said it multiple times, but I think if I was really sick and I needed to take an antibiotic again, I definitely would start on something prebiotic, probiotic immediately when starting to take an antibiotic to hopefully counteract that whole bacteria die-off. Because of course the antibiotic kills both good and bad bacteria. Everything's gotta go. Everything's gotta go. So that just was not very much fun, and I wish I had thought of other methods before taking an antibiotic. So I wanted to come in and tell you guys about that. I will definitely share the video of how to make the yogurt, and it tastes pretty good. It's tangy, similar to like a Greek yogurt that you would pick up off the shelf. It's just a little bit chunkier, just a little tiny bit chunkier than like what you would buy in the store. And then of course it's not sweetened. So I've been adding some electrolytes to it to make it taste more like a sweetened yogurt. So that's been going pretty good. So I'm definitely feeling better, but I still have a little ways to go. And I know it's going to take time for my guts to get back the way that they should be. So I did want to share that with you guys. The thing that I wanted to touch on today is I went to a chiropractor. I started going back to the chiropractor last week. And so what I found out is, so I was having, I'll tell you the reason. So I can't really turn my head either direction very well. So when I'm driving, I'm like trying to see, I'm leaning forward, I'm looking, trying to see what's coming up on the side of me, or making sure that I don't run into anybody. And I cannot turn my head. And then my upper back was just super, super tight, super painful, and really troublesome. So the whole back actually, but the upper back was very, very tight. So I went to this chiropractor, and when they took an x-ray of my neck, so your neck is supposed to sort of be shaped like a C. It's supposed to bend like this, right? Mine was kind of straight with a little bit of a curve at the top. So some of the bones in my neck are like really, really close together and stuck. There's not a good movement in the bones of my neck. And he was even having trouble like popping them apart. So as you can see, it's still going on. I can't turn my head all the way that way. But he did pop some of the bones up and down the back and the spine. But those neck bones are like tight. They're tight. And then there's also some spurring on there. So, oh my goodness, what are these guys doing? Oh my gosh, I think these are, I want to say they're crows. I'm trying to listen for the sound that they're making. I think they're crows. And it must be mating season because they're all excited. They're all excited. So anyway, basically, I'm going to the chiropractor now to try to address this issue with my neck and with my back. So he used a little tool. He tried to pop them loose from each other, but they weren't able to be popped apart. And then he tried manual manipulation. He did press against them and all those kinds of things. He did all the tricks, and they didn't come loose. So I'll be going to the chiropractor for the time being, trying to see if I can get my neck back in order. So one of the really nice things about the new chiropractor that I'm going to is that they have a lot of different services that they offer in addition to the chiropractic, the complimentary services that go with the chiropractic. So I scheduled myself for a massage for not this week but next week, and then they have some kind of a cold therapy that they can do on my knee, and so I'm gonna try that. The chiropractor did say that he really does not advise me to run right now, so I am going to instead walk the 5K that I was planning to run this spring. Man, I was excited to be able to run again, but clearly running might not be in the cards because I might be doing additional damage to my knee, which I don't want to do. And then he also does not recommend walking on a treadmill. So that's annoying because I have a treadmill inside my house, and as you know, I've been using the treadmill for walking this winter. So I can't guarantee that I will not use the treadmill, because it definitely is beneficial to me to have that ability to walk on the treadmill inside the house. But I guess treadmill walking is really not natural. I guess it's not. But so I'm happy to be back outside and getting my movement this way. This is going to make a huge difference. And plus, with the sunshine, will definitely help with my mood.